I'm Isabel and I'm your marketing coach. Do you believe starting a side hustle feels so overwhelming and like there's way too much work to do? I have an offer that will change your mind. Side Hustle to Profit is my signature program to show you how effortless it gets to be. Enroll today for immediate access to the online portal. It's time to start. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Isabel Prestia. I'm your host, and I'm so glad you chose to click play today. Do you realize I always say wow every time I stumble my words? It's what I've realized. If you're new here, welcome. Hello. This is the podcast where we speak all about mindset, manifestation, meditation, marketing, personal branding, quantum leaping, spirituality, and everything else in between. And if you're a long-time listener, I'm so grateful you have continued to support the podcast. You continue to click play and tune in weekly. We release new episodes every single Monday, best day of the week. I actually prefer Mondays over Fridays. Is that really fucking weird? I think it is. I think it's because I'm an entrepreneur and I essentially work like most days of the week. So a Friday to me doesn't feel like much, although I do my best to have Sundays off. So maybe because I'm nice and like rested and replenished and I'm like, yeah, let's go Monday. So I am very excited to share this style of episode. It's something I haven't really done much recently. I've really been diving into mindset and manifestation and all those fun, juicy, sexy topics I love to chat about. But I'm like, okay, let's get a little bit practical here. Let's get a little bit logical. Like I'm all about, especially either they would have been up or they're going to be scheduled to go up, but I'm talking so much on feminine energy, which I freaking love, and so much on dropping into your feeling and what's in your heart and in your soul. And I'm like, all right, we need to add some logic to these concepts as well, because it's all well and good to, manifest and journal and come from this like beautiful spiritual side. But like that is a whole half of me, yes. But the other half of me is like, let's get shit done. Like, how do we be more productive and get better focus and become more organized and optimize our time even more and stop procrastinating? Well, keep listening because in this episode, I'm going to touch on every single one of these topics. So for context, I am a marketing coach. So I work for myself. I have my business. I have my podcasts. Yes, plural. I've got 2 podcasts. I have my communities, plural as well. I've got the society and I've also got my book club community. And I do a whole bunch of other stuff in between. So the thing is, it's essential for me to have fantastic organization and time optimization and productivity and time efficiency. And I totally do. Like, it's something I've always been like this. I'm always reassessing and being like, okay, how can I do this better next time? How can I save more time? I have my framework called start, stop, stay. And I take a lot of my clients through this, and I'll give you guys a little preview. It's when you're reflecting on something. So for example, I do this mostly end of the week in preparation for the following week. And actually, so I use Notion to like track my whole business, and I have it up on my dashboard. So I'm pretty much seeing it daily. So I'm always adding to this list as I go because sometimes I forget end of the week. And it's essentially what it says in the title. Start, stop, stay. What do I need to start doing, stop doing, and stay doing? So your start list is like, oh, I want to start meditating more. I want to start going for runs. I want to start blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, pop it on the list. What do I want to stay doing? Gratitude, guys. What is working well? What's like, fuck yeah, I'm loving this routine so far. I'm loving my mindset at the moment. I'm loving how great I am at eating healthy. I'm loving blah, blah, blah. What is going great? Let's shine the light on it. Let's give it the love it's deserved. Let's pop it down. Let's recognize it. Stop. What is just no longer serving you? What is hindering your growth? What is out of alignment to you? This can be small or big. For a long period of time, what was on my start list, what I wanted to start doing is So I'm a very healthy eater. I'm very mindful. I'm very good at portion control. However, when it comes to dinner, I just don't really stop. And when I'm eating with my mum, with my parents, my mum is a freaking fabulous cook. She is incredible. So it's so easy to eat so much of her food. And I realized that I was just eating and eating and eating. And like, I can eat. Like, it's kind of like a hidden skill I have. Like, people, like, you would look at me and probably don't think I can have that much food. I guess I do have a smallish frame. And it's so funny. Like, when people get to know me, they're like, wow, you actually can eat a lot. So anyway, that's I randomly felt the need to share that. But the thing is, it was a habit that I would just eat like a ridiculous amount of food, like too much than what my body actually needed. And so I'm like, I need to be a little bit more mindful with what I'm eating. And so this was my start. I was like, I want to start to just have one decent sized plate at dinner. So it doesn't have to be in like a mindset regard. It can be in any way, shape, or form. And so the reason I'm sharing this, I actually forgot why I'm sharing this, because I have been somebody who I've always wanted to work for myself. And the thing is, what comes from this is, yeah, it's great. You have this freedom to determine your own schedule, XYZ. It sounds amazing, right? It's pretty cool. But the thing is, when I finally got to this place, so I've been doing this for almost a year now, working for myself. When I got to this place, I felt so overwhelmed and so flustered and all over the place. So it's both a blessing and a curse to have complete ownership of your schedule, because when you're not used to it, you're probably not going to get much done because you're like, I've got all the time in the world. And so you don't get anything done. And it really is. And I've been doing this so much over the year, which is why I created the start, stop, stay model, because I can reflect and be like, okay, I work best at this time to do this. My afternoons are best for this. My evenings are best for this. My days of the week are good for this. Like, I go down to that. Even when I'm on my period, I'm like, okay, this week I'm better at creating, and this week I want to chill out and take it easy. Like, it's this constant evaluation that is what is going to enable you to be more productive. And people may like hear this and be like, that's like crazily, I don't know, attentive to detail, and like, think what you want, but it freaking works. So this is what this episode is going to be all about. So I have a bunch of different points and we are going to go through all of them. So number one, this actually is a perfect way to start. In order to have better organization, time optimization, productivity, all the things, is to get clear when you work best. So if you're somebody who really struggles, maybe you procrastinate a lot, maybe you have really shit organization, maybe you're not optimizing the time the best you could, chances are you're not clear when you work best. So a lot of us do have this freedom to work from home, whether you're working for yourself or somebody else. But that being said, ownership of schedule has pros and cons. Working for yourself with no boss in the same room as you, pros and cons. It's figuring out as you go, yes. And what has really helped to me is dictating when I work best doing what. So I like to theme my days. So for example, like the start of the week, my energy, my attentiveness, my motivation is heightened, right? Because I'm pumped. I'm like, fuck yeah, business, work, love this stuff. So that's when I most likely have my client calls. That's when I do any of my admin stuff, working on my business, that kind of thing. And then my creative stuff, I mean, I can kind of turn it on and off, but I prefer to do that more end of the week where I'm like, oh, I've had quite, a big start of the week. I just want to flow. I just want to pick up the mic and chat. I just want to jump on Canva and create, whatever it may be. And then down to, doing stuff like being on social media. Like I can do that with my eyes closed essentially. So I'm not going to wake up in the morning and that's going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to let my bigger brain tasks, let that take the reins first thing. And then, be in bed, cup of tea, chocolate biscuits if I want, scrolling on my phone, chatting to you guys in DMs, posting photos, writing captions, doing Instagram stories, posting TikToks, that kind of stuff. That doesn't involve much of my brain. Number 2 is you don't optimize your time. Now, what this means is you're not making the most out of your time. Yeah, we've all got the same amount of hours in the day. We always hear this. And your time is what is the most valuable. You can spend money and it can come back, but you don't spend time and you don't get time back. Although, what I love to say is meditation. Guys, I incorporate meditation into every single episode. Meditation, I believe, is the only practice that, although it takes up your time, it gives you more time in return. Bear with me here. It allows you to be more clear, more focused, and you're just getting more, you're stretching your time more because you have this level of clarity as to what you're doing, this focus, this determination. Like, I could just go on and on and on of how fantastic meditation is, especially for entrepreneurs. Like, please learn meditation. I have a bunch of free meditations in the society, my Facebook group, link in bio to join. In my link in the bio, what am I trying to say? In the link tree in my bio, I've got a couple up on YouTube. So start there for free. Dip your toes in the water, see what you like. I've also got my Start Somewhere project, which is my super low ticket option. It's like the perfect first step into this whole beautiful, extravagant, sexy world of personal development. I have 4 core lessons. First one's mindset. Second is manifestation. Third is your money mindset. And 4 is your magnetic energy. And in each of these 4 lessons, I share guided meditation. So if that's not an incentive to get it, I don't know what is. But meditation is what I believe is the only practice that, it's taking up your time. You're like zenning out for 10, 20, whatever minutes. But in return, you're getting better bang for your buck for your time. So side note. But the thing is, we all have the same amount of hours in the day, X, Y, Z. And I get it that we work. You know, a lot of the listeners, we work other jobs, we have bosses, we have other commitments, we're at uni maybe, we're working part-time jobs, we have multiple jobs. Like, I get it. But makes sense that the position you are in right now is because of you. Right? No one else, because of you. This leads me to number 3, which is, could you time block better? So take it one step further, right? I'm going to go there. I'm going to raise this and double that. Is that the saying? I don't know. Group your tasks in cohesiveness to what they are. So example, I'll use my workflow as an example so you can see. So off the top of my head, I've got admin work, I've got creating, I've got editing, I've got writing, I've got back-end stuff, I've got accounting. I wrote a contract the other day. You really wear all the hats as an entrepreneur. But the thing is, stick to one task. And essentially, this comes back to the first thing, like theming your days. So this has been trial and error for so long. It took me so long to figure this out. My lucky clients, you guys are absolute. I wish I was in your position because you get handed this stuff on a beautiful silver platter. But this is what has taken me so long to figure out. And I theme my days. And of course, this is very personalized. Like what I tell my clients, they're probably like, I don't want to do that on a Tuesday. I'll do it on a Wednesday. Like, go your hardest. But I'm giving them this framework. And that is to group these tasks on specific days. And we're going to come back to, I've been loving chatting about habits recently. It's our brain. We're training our brain to really correlate, it's a Tuesday, which means it's X, insert topic day. This is where I do this. And so I have this like epic board on Notion. I'm obsessed with Notion. I've been using it for about a year now, actually. And I've really just my board is elite. And I'm in a place where when I'm working with my one-to-one clients, we're working on building them a Notion template. And it's just like your business bestie in terms of everything is there, especially I'm attracting so many multi-passionate coaches, which are we surprised? No. So if you're multi-passionate, I'm your girl to help you make your business boom even more, just saying. And we work on how to, you probably have like 50 tabs open in your mind and also on your computer, right? Surely. And the thing is you probably have this like big spider web of ideas in your mind. You're like, yep, I'm interested in this, and this kind of work together, but then this and that go together. And you're like, whoa, what do I do? I hear you. I feel you. That was me in 2020. And that's what I mean. Like I've been mapping it out in my brain, in a notepad, in a journal, now on my Notion board, now it's in my company, and boom, we're here now. So it's taken me a while to get super clear on this stuff. And it's so freaking cool to like guide my clients to get to this place like that, like so freaking quick. It's so cool. And so that is essentially the concept of time blocking. You could be doing it better. 4, oh, I love this one so much. You are not warming up. Okay, think about it. When you're exercising, we most likely do a warm-up, right? We are warming up our muscles for what is to come. So work yourself up. When I look at my to-do list, let's look at my to-do list now, actually, just to give you like a real-time kind of thing. So let's see. All right. On my to-do list, I have record podcasts. We're already doing that. So I have a whole bunch of recording to do. I have a whole bunch of back-end admin stuff to do. This is my miscellaneous day, by the way, guys. It's a Friday, which is like my catch-up day as to what I didn't do during the week. I have a sales call and I have finalized a program I'm working on, and I have post these specific Insta stories I need to post and host an Instagram live. So this list, I'm like, shit, there's a lot to do here. So you're most likely experienced that, you know, that resistance feeling where we look at our list and we want to do everything but our list, and like we do this random thing where like, why are we doing this? It's because you're not warming up. So I'm looking at my list now. I'm like, what is the easiest thing to do that I have the least resistance to? I'll post an Insta story. That's pretty crazy. I'll do that. Post that, get in the flow. I'm like, sweet, tick it off the list, see the tick go on, and you're like, what is next? You're building this momentum. So warm yourself up. Just like we do for exercise, do it for your work. Do you want to start a side hustle? Or maybe you want to get clarity on an offer you already share in your business? Maybe you're a creative, a coach. Do you feel like your life and business needs a rebrand? Or maybe you want to start to create more aligned, consistent content, but you lack the confidence to start. Listen up, girlfriend. It doesn't matter which one of these hats you wear. I have the missing key for you. My signature offer, Side Hustle to Profit, is an online video portal of topics including branding, social media, confidence, magnetic marketing, manifestation, money mindset, launch strategies, attracting soulmate clients, posting consistently, branding. I update this portal almost every quarter with new content, as the more I expand, the more I share with you. This is a self-paced program that shows you how simple it is to start. Yes, it gets to feel effortless. I've built all the structure and frameworks for you. You get to slide in, press play, and implement. Link in bio to secure your seat. Enroll at any time. I'll see you in there. Number 5 is you're not taking regular breaks. Is this surprising? So think about it. Do you take breaks, or are you like, hustle, 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 like no sleep, I'm going to work like 12 hours a day? Like, that is lame. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trust me, guys, you're going to burn out. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it. So I'm going to shine the light on a little secret that I freaking love. I discovered this in 2021 and it helped me just build the back end of my business. We were in a lockdown at the time. Lol, throwback lockdowns. And it was like winter and it was like gross weather, and I was doing dry July and I wasn't being social and I was just being a hermit, and I was like, perfect business building time. What have we got here? And this was like when I was still working my 9 to 5. So this is when I was in a side hustle mode, and I discovered this thing. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Mindset mentor. I've mentioned him now in another podcast. Shout out to Rob Dahl. Love him. And he introduced me to this concept, and I use this like daily, literally. It's called the Pomodoro technique. And jump on YouTube, guys. There's so many videos, and like you can get such vibey ones. Like, I mean, as I'm recording this, it's mid-November. So there's like Christmas ones out. In October, they're like Halloween ones. And they're just like so cozy to watch. Like it's really chill, like lo-fi music. Oh, big fan of lo-fi. Big fan. And basically what the Pomodoro technique is a timer, and you can get different durations. So for example, 45 minutes work, 10 minutes break, 50 minutes work, 5 minutes break. Like it's just, 25 minutes work, 10-minute break, like whatever the variation is. But the point is you work for an increment period of time and then you have a little small period off. But the hack is do not check your phone in that time, because like that is just setting you up to be so reactive and just to get you off task and just like put the phone My bonus tip here, put your phone in another room. If I can even just see my phone, because like we're so addicted, right? Even if it's like face down and I'm at my desk and I can just see it, I'm like, oh, I need to check TikTok right now. Like it's like, no, you fucking don't. So I honestly put it in a drawer. Even then I know it's in the drawer next to me. I love sleeping in my room. Like the other morning, I had the best morning of my life in like the longest time. My phone, I woke up and it was like on like 1%. Perks of working from home, doesn't matter about that. Had it on charge in my bedroom and I was in my office and it was just charging until literally 12:30. Like how fucking cool is that? I felt so naughty because I'm like, oh my God, I haven't responded to anybody. And I was like, this feels alive. And then I go to my phone and I'm like, oh, what's the point? I'm going to have so many messages and like, not really. So that's the thing. It's like, it's fine. Like think about it. You're asleep for like 6 to 9 hours. And if someone messages you, like you're not going to quickly wake up and get out of your dream to message them. It's like my motto is like, if I've gone that long, like if I've been sleeping for that long and haven't checked my phone, I can go a little bit longer. So people will survive. So this is my bonus tip is don't have your phone in eyesight at all. Back to the Pomodoro technique. Yeah, it's just been the biggest game changer for me. And then sometimes what I do in these breaks is like, if it is like a 10, 15 break, I love going for walks with no AirPods, with no music, with no phone, with no Audible, with no podcast, with no nothing. Because by doing this, it just allows my mind to rest and relax and just completely switch off. And like, especially during the workday, because consuming this content, like, yes, I'm all for learning and personal development and podcasts and entertainment, like, duh, love that stuff. However, it just consumes so much more of your energy because you're taking in this knowledge, you're making sense of it, you're, dissecting it, whatever it may be. So allow yourself this time, solitude. So, and like side note as well, like if I've had a really active morning, like, maybe I've been in heaps of coaching calls or maybe I've been out for breakfast with a friend or out for a walk or even at the gym and like music's playing. Sometimes I'm like, okay, on my drive home, I just want peace. Like I don't need to listen to the radio or to the music or to a podcast or anything. Like I just need some quiet time because it's allowing your mind time to essentially rest without you like physically resting. And number 6 is you are doing too much scrolling first thing in the morning. Now, of course, we're going to have a point all on this. I kind of pre-shadowed the phone tip just before. And that is the reason I'm so passionate about like minimizing your scroll, especially your social media consumption in the morning. Like I understand, if there's an important message or like checking the weather, like that's so harmless, right? But when it's social media, you're checking feeds and stories and emails, like really? That's really what you're going to allow your brain to consume within minutes of you waking up? Like just sit with that for a second. You've been in a beautiful sleep, a dream, whatever it may be. And like you're probably like half asleep, like laying on your side, like one like thumb scrolling. Like start to get really icked out by that because that is not good. That is not healthy. Yeah, it's normal. It's what everyone does, right? Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. The reason I say this is because by doing this, you are becoming reactive over proactive. So you are priming your brain to become a slave to your phone, as simple as that. And the reason I share this is because you are either consciously or subconsciously, we're probably very aware. It's that adrenaline rush. Oh, my phone dinged. I got a message. Who is it? We are becoming addicted to notifications, to the ding, to the message, to whatever it is, to the feed refresh. Now, like notifications, like low-key stress me out sometimes because I'm like, I don't want to see what's going on because I know I'm going to get sucked into it. Like I'm not perfect at all. I'm aware enough to realize that it is unhealthy, but I'm also aware enough to realize it's a habit that we are all so addicted to. And it's so like you are honestly just becoming so much further advanced than people when you are getting out of this reactive state and instead being proactive. So you're not being addicted to the phone messages. Like I mentioned, like in my story, like not too long ago, if I see my phone, like even face down, I'm still tempted to check it. That is me being reactive to my phone. Whereas if I can really separate myself from my phone and like look at it for what it is, it's a mini computer in your hand, right? How many of us bring our phones with us throughout every room of the house? I used to do this so much. I used to need to have my phone with me everywhere I go, like to the dinner table even, like to the bathroom. I know we all do this. And I very rarely bring my phone down into the kitchen, into the bathroom only if I'm listening to music. I love just to leave it away from me because I know how addicting it can be. So I'm going to break this up into two parts because I have a second part I really want to share, but just to summarize these actions here. So in terms of increasing your productivity, your focus, your organization, your time optimization, as a result, this is going to ensure you stop procrastinating. So number 1, you're not clear when you work best. Number 2, you're not optimizing your time. Number 3, you could time block better. Number 4, you're not warming up. Love that one. Number 5, you're not taking regular breaks. And number 6, you're doing too much scrolling first thing in the morning. So if you answered yes to any of these, congrats. Awareness. First thing, like literally 80% done. The next 20% is taking the action. And if you're like, oh, how do I do this? What do I do? Like blah, blah, blah. I know I want to be better at this kind of stuff. I'm here to help you. Like I mentioned, I've really been working on this stuff for like 2+ years. I do really pride myself that I do have great time optimization. If I've realized that I'm not being productive doing a specific task, I'm so clear as to what all my lists of tasks are. I've categorized them and I'm like, what is my mood? Do I feel like being creative? Do I feel like being somewhat lazy but still productive? Like that's the thing. Do I feel like just working from my bed? Like what can I take from my list of things so I'm still getting something done? So I'm still making progress. So I'm still moving some kind of needle in my life or business, right? This counts to both things. So if you're like, yes, 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 my one-on-one coaching is most likely going to help you with this. So slide into my DMs. This is how I chat with all my potential clients. We have a very casual chat. I just get to know where you're at, what it is you want, and we go from there. So link in bio to chat with me via Instagram, because now I want to share a little cozy segment. So I don't know, this just kind of came to me as I was planning this episode. I have a few little food for thoughts that I want you guys to ponder with. So whether you're driving, whether you're walking, maybe you're at your desk, whatever it is you're doing, just if you're driving, focus please. But just allow your mind to just kind of like notice what comes up first when I ask these prompts. And let this be fun. Like let this be exciting what I'm about to share with you guys, because this is how we're getting to our next version self, because by getting clear on this next version self is what is going to inspire us to make the change, right? So let's begin. I want you to think about, how does your next version self show up? Is she confident, courageous, classy, organized, fit and healthy? Always clear in her direction? Is she fun and adventurous? Is she full of beautiful connections around her life? Think about it. By the way, they were all my answers, guys, and I'm living all of them. This version of myself is what I am right now. How cool is that? All right. Second is, what does your next version self believe? So what does she believe in? Does she believe she's deserving of everything she wants? Does she believe that money is never a problem for her? Does she believe that her life gets to be so fun and fulfilling? What does this next version self of you believe? And thirdly, what does this next version self of you know to be true about themselves? So maybe it's something like, whatever she thinks about can come about. Maybe she's always open to receiving exciting adventures and opportunities. Maybe it's that her life feels like a real life fairy tale. It's beautiful and blissful. Or best of all, maybe she faces challenges with courage. What does she know to be true about herself? So I hope you enjoyed this little food for thought. Those were all my answers previously. I love to give you guys like a real life insight, because what I share is what I've done in the past, and I tweak it and I fix it and I make it even better, and I share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little like preview. I guess is like the tiniest little smidge into coaching with me, you know? I mean, like, obviously when we are in a one-to-one capacity, we go so much deeper and I get to know you on such a personalized level. So, you know, that helps me like tailor this based on your personality. But this is just a general, like, this is the stuff I do in my life and I regurgitate it and create it into content for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this, I don't know, cute little cozy segment, I'm going to call it. I love describing things as cozy. I think it's like, when we think of the word cozy, what comes to your mind? To me, it's like coffee, the color brown for some reason, teddy bears, obviously like cozy jumpers and that kind of thing. I guess like cuddling. I'm not a very affectionate person, if you can tell. Chocolate comes to my mind. Yeah, cozy. I feel like cozy is like the best feeling, you know, like who doesn't want to be cozy? Anyway, we're going on a tangent there. But I really hope you enjoyed this style of episode, guys. Let me know if you do want more of these less woo-woo manifestation episodes. I mean, I'm very much 50-50 of this stuff. I mean, like I loved sharing this episode, to be honest, talking all about these topics. I think they're so important, and like it's essentially how we do the things we want to do, because no doubt you are a multi-passionate woman or man who is really into health and wellness or creativity or spirituality or mindset or motivation or business or personal branding. Like I'm sure you honestly are in one of those. And in order to do these things that we want to do, like, yeah, we can manifest it and like meditate and have the affirmations and journaling. And that serves a huge part, which is why I have to start my project, right? But this stuff is like what is going to help you take it to a whole nother level, is what is going to help you take it seriously, like what you're going to see as serious and then what other people are going to see around you. Like you're turning your ideas into like tangible things, into a business, into becoming more efficient with your time. Like you're getting clear when you work best and how to really optimize the time that you have and be more productive and like be more organized and focused. And like as a result, you're no longer procrastinating, because like the day I realized I was procrastinating so much, like everything changed in my business, because I just became so laser focused. Like it's like a knife was just like chopped down. All the procrastination-ness was just like shut out of my life. And I'm like, I'm not being productive right now. I know I'm procrastinating. How can I fix this? Do I need a break? Do I need to change tasks? Do I need X, Y, Z? Like I'm so aware of what that is and I can pick myself out of it. And that is how I do all the things that I do. And I still have all the time in the world to meditate and to look after my well-being. Like I honestly like dictate my schedule around the gym, around like my health and wellness, because I know that is my number one thing in my life. And like when that cup is filled up, I know I can perform and be my best. So there's never enough. You never don't have time to look after your mind, body, and soul. And if you're feeling a bit called out and you're like, oh, you don't get it. I'm really busy. I work all these jobs. I study. I need to do this. I hear you. It's about looking at your current schedule and being like, okay, what can I shift? What small habit can I do that's going to feed and fuel my mind, body, and soul? Yeah, maybe we don't have time for a gym class or for a run or for a 25-minute meditation. That's way too long. Cool. What can we do differently? Can we add a walking meditation? You're getting your steps in and you're meditating at once. It can be 10 minutes. Right? So it's like, it's what can we do to pivot? And like, lifestyle design, essentially. Like, this is what I love this shit so much. And this just comes into so much of my coaching as well. Like, it just comes in, like, it's just so much of what drives my coaching without me being like, this is lifestyle design. It's just like, it's like an underlying theme in what I do as a coach, right? So it's getting clear on these things and when you work best. And I could just talk about this forever, but I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of episode. I would appreciate it so much if you could please leave a rating and review on your podcast platform where you are listening to this. That way it helps the podcast reach even more aligned viewers and listeners, and I said viewers, just like yourself. So I would really appreciate it from the very, very, very bottom of my heart if you could please do that for me. And as always, guys, I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening. Whenever it is you chose to click play, I'm actually recording at nighttime right now for those who may be interested, who knows. Forgot to mention as well, we are up on YouTube. So if you want to watch, click on YouTube if you're watching me now. I just thought, like, why not? I know some people prefer, like, I'm like sometimes really curious. I just want to see what they look like, or I just want to see like what they're doing. So if you want to watch me whiz around in my chair and look out the window and talk to a mic, jump on our YouTube, link in bio, link in show notes. All the links to everything will be in the show notes. And I look forward to sharing another episode with you guys next Monday. Every Monday, a new episode comes out. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, keep up with us on socials. We are at startsomewhere.podcast and Isabel Prestia on Instagram. And join our Facebook group, the Start Somewhere Society.